Hi everyone.
And Happy New Year. Happy to see you again. I left you with a video of a clock. Well, let's start this 2024 with another video of a wall clock. You are ready? Also available in a luminous version. Follow the video. The basis of this project is Amazon's basic watch. Here is 12 inches. At this moment it is also obvious, an excellent opportunity to realize this project of mine. There are also other versions, for example this rose, but having the aluminum frame, it is better to avoid. We then choose the black plastic version and buy. Ultra-fast shipping, as always. Here is the watch. Don't pay attention to the graphics, my version is the old edition, but the chassis is the same. Quartz mechanism, chosen by me because it is ultra-silent and the continuous movement of the hands is simply fantastic. Well, now that we have seen the working clock, we can dismantle and destroy it, but first we need to get what we need. So let's also buy a new 3D printer while we're at it and see together what we'll need. An Amazon clock, a number dial, some hands, the base on which to attach the LEGO minifigures, 12 pedestals, the adapter ring to increase the internal volume, and obviously a AA battery. Let's begin. To disassemble it, we need to locate these little teeth on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These types of handles will make the opening operation easier. Et voila. And so we divided the dial from the front, glass, and front ring. We will put this glass safely aside for the moment. Let's now work on the main quadrant. Let's remove the second hand, it will be the only hand we will recover. We also remove the minute hand. And lastly the hour hand. With this dial we will now make the change. Let's also remove this nut. You'll probably need pliers or a wrench. Along with its washer. In this way you will have freed the quartz mechanism. A quick, close look, in case you need to replace it in the future. The internal useful diameter is exactly 29 centimeters. Before starting I affixed a strip of writable adhesive tape, in case one day you want to restore the original dial, although in a moment we will use double-sided tape, so it will hardly be recoverable. Let's draw a straight line, as you can see on the video, it will then make it easier for us. We therefore insert our new dial logo, taking care to align the 6 o'clock and 12 hours. We insert the washer, then the nut, and with the help of a size 11 wrench we tighten everything, delicately I recommend. Some double-sided tape will come in handy now. Please note, it must be of excellent quality, because it will have to support and keep all the LEGO men in their place over time. Or if you prefer with glue, let's glue the two bases, yellow in my case, around the dial. To facilitate the alignment of these two parts, we can use a couple of cubes. They will thus remain united and aligned at the same time. Then, we insert a first strip of double-sided tape, a second strip at the other end, distributing others evenly in the remaining free space, as. Let's then remove the protective film and position the two semi-moons, aligning them using the line drawn previously. Once again, two cubes will come in handy. Let's apply light pressure for a few seconds, and that's it. We repeat, being careful to position it close to the previous one. Don't be like me, who accidentally left too much space. Don't worry, insert something into the side slot and push so that they are both aligned and together. Use a couple of cubes to hold it steady and join the two parts. Even 3 or 4. A light pressure, and the double-sided tape will do its job. Be careful, I only saw it now, I don't know if you can see it on video. The dark gray double-sided tape I used can be seen slightly through the yellow print. In any case, no problem, then with the minifigures in front, you won't even notice it anymore. Now let's move on to positioning our pedestal supports. Initially we will place them quite randomly, corresponding to 1 for each hour on the dial. 1, 2, 3. Once we have chosen our characters, we will have plenty of time to position them in the best way, and adjust the final position. Now let's insert the hands. This time, I don't know if you can see the effect on the screen. Light pressure to secure them to the mechanism. This one about minutes. Perfect. As for the second hand, however, use the original hand. Since it is clearly too long, we should shorten it. I would like to cut it slightly longer than the white dial. We then take a piece of tape and position it at the desired length. Slightly shorter. So perfect. So it should pass just under the brick. And here is the hand shortened to size. Let's install it and immediately see if the size is suitable for the purpose. We insert the battery and check. Perfect. The hand grazes the bricks, but doesn't touch them. Now let's move on to installing the shim. These 3 elevations each have 2 teeth, exactly like the original ring. 1 and 2. And they are in 3 pieces. The part with the wider edge will go towards the top. It will then support the glass. So, we will position one part centered at 12 o'clock, and consequently the other 2 parts below. We would thus have a seam below at 6 o'clock, and 2 in the upper part at 10 o'clock. Or, we could rotate the whole thing by 180 degrees, therefore closed from view in the lower part, but with the slot at 12 o'clock, where dust could enter. I prefer the first option, and I will do so. So let's start with the top. we should keep the wide part upwards. We must insert the slot on the edge of the watch, exactly in this way, while on the back we have the two interlocking slots. A little pressure, and it will go into place. And here is the first piece correctly installed. We now repeat the same operation with the remaining two. With our hands we join the two parts, bringing them closer together. However, a slight crack will remain due to the margin of error in the clock printing. In any case, a part of the crack will then be masked by the final ring, so don't worry. And now the last piece. Here it is. Once all 6 teeth are in place, our logo clock modification is complete. I forgot, even for the hour and minute hands, you can reuse the original ones, shortening them in the same way as the second hand. And here is my test composition, using 11 little men from a Lego set in my possession, plus 1/12 wild card, at 12 o'clock. As you can see, the second hand touches the head at 6 o'clock. Once they are all positioned, you can make the final aesthetic changes, moving what you want to the left and right. Now all we have to do is close it. In my case, since these are not the final Lego men, I will only place the final bezel, without the glass, and without definitively closing the watch. To close the final ring on the watch, all that remains is to align the 6 teeth in line with the 6 slots, and apply pressure until you hear the click. And here is the clock logo, ready to be given as a gift. A brief overview of how it works, once again checking the second hand. Time, since once the clock is closed we will hardly be able to reopen it, let's add a drop of glue to everything, both at the 12 pedestals, and at the feet of every superhero. So let's note the order of the characters, taking a photo with your cell phone. We mark the position of the pedestals with a pencil or marker. While I was recording this video, the Marvel minifigures I was waiting for arrived. Perfect timing, so I'm going to prepare them. Wait for me. Prepare some glue, and secure everything permanently. This is my final result. Leave me a like if you like it, and a comment to tell me what you think. You can see some glue leaking out. Also, I had to replace 2 out of 12 pedestals, due to some slightly bulky superheroes. One is Doctor Strange, with his stiff cape. The second is Loki, with his helmet and his horns. Wow, the second hand passes through the tufts of Hawkeye's hair. Perfect measurement down to the micron. And it touches the base of Deathpool and Captain America. A final adjustment of the expressions, the weapons, the arms of each one, before the clock is closed definitively. I repeat, reopening the watch once closed could be difficult. It is therefore better to prevent any possible accident between Lego men. We then give a nice final blow, a nice polish to the glass on both sides, handling it only by the edges. We align the 6 teeth with the 6 slots. Well, now we are ready for the irreversible phase. We cross our fingers and toes and push the edges until we hear 6 clicks. Don't be afraid, use brute force. Closed, sealed. Aesthetically acceptable. Not too fat, the slim version is in fact only 23 millimeters more. And even the seams of the 3 adapters, once closed, are almost invisible. This one at 2 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock. If you then get some micro Christmas lights, like these warm light ones, using one of the slots to pass a wire through, the battery holder has the right thickness to be hidden behind the clock. A little glue and patience, it will give a special touch of light. All hidden by the front outer edge. In the description you will find the link to print the various necessary objects. They are all ready, with tree supports already where necessary, easy to remove, including the dial to be printed upside down. For the realization of this project, there were many test prints. This first dial, initially in relief, printed in pearl white PLA silk, printed so badly that I immediately redesigned it, full of overlapping lines. The printing speed is definitely wrong. The second dial, with several color imperfections. Here, all smudges in the minutes in silver color. Here, 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 here. Countless tests with the hands, before finding the right grip. Other bricks. Resistance tests on increases, failed. Another increase in the extended version, with slightly wider depth. Other section tests. And this, only on the extended version, is the famous insert for fixing and joining the 3 pieces. Not structurally necessary, therefore removed on the slim version seen in this video. This video has also come to an end. Thanks if you stayed up here. I leave you with a brief overview of historical and less historical LEGO sets. Ciao.